Is it a good time to buy a house? The answer to that question is it depends. What does it depend on? Well, it depends on you. It depends on your situation. I hear people all the time, oh, these rates are high. Again, we've talked about that ad nauseum. There's no reason to continue to talk about that. We have programs that we can get you a little lower rate, blah, blah, blah. I'm happy to talk to you about those things. But you can't eliminate the fact that it's a good or bad time to buy a house for you based on rate. It doesn't matter because rates are always going to change. You can refinance. The thing is, it is a good time to buy a house if you're in the market because of a couple different factors. The last 2 years have been the toughest housing market ever for buyers because of cash buyers, people fleeing certain states and moving here. Rates were being so low, multiple offers on the same property. Now it's kind of changing from a seller's market to a buyer's market. What does that mean for you? Lots of things. It means seller concessions. You may not have to buy at the list price anymore or even above list price. They may meet you where you are. They may pay some of your closing costs, pay some of your fees to get your rate down for the payments more manageable. And let me talk about that for a second. You are a lot better off with a lower rate than you are with a bigger down payment. And I can prove that, but we'll talk about that another time. But there's not as much competition out there. You might be the only offer on that property. There's a lot more inventory out there right now because, again, we're switching to a buyer's market. So there's so many things to consider that if it's right for you. But let's talk about renting for a minute. We all, unless we hit the lottery or we come from old money, we all have to pay a house payment or pay for our housing through rent. When we start out, or I'm 54 years old and I still have a mortgage. So you're going to have to pay for it. Do you want to pay your mortgage or do you want to pay someone else's mortgage? Do you want to put money in your pocket for equity or put money in someone else's pocket by making their payment and building up their equity? If you're paying, $1,800 for rent right now, what does that look like in regards to a house payment? There's so many things to consider. But to say it's a good time to buy a house or it's a bad time to buy a house, you can't throw that blanket out there and say it's good or bad in general. It only matters if it's good for you. Now, how do you find out if it's good for you? You call me. Give me a call, 423-645-9404. Thanks.